welcome to the Once Upon a Corgi Podcast. We are a Crafty Puppy podcast coming to you from Southern Connecticut. I'm Gabby, your host, and you can find me everywhere online as Gabby Gales and all of my hand-dyed yarn at Once Upon a Corgi. We are joined today by both puppies. Iron and Audrey, our two Pembroke Welsh Corgis, are underneath my chair as we speak. So if you hear clitter clatter or thudding, that is them going on. Welcome to 2018. Thank you to everybody who has been watching for either a small amount of time or the whole time we've been here. And thank you so much to everybody who is joining us for the first time. It is our first episode of 2018. We tried to put one out last week and someone got a little overzealous with the editing and accidentally deleted all the files off her phone first. So that was my bad. Totally my bad. We are back and we are not gonna do that one again. A small introduction of myself if you are new and it is a new year. I am Gabby. I am the indie dyer behind Once Upon a Corgi Handmade. I've been doing that full time for about a year and 6 months now. I have been knitting since I've been about 8, crocheting since I've been about 6, and sewing since around the same time. My mom taught me how to do all 3 things, and then I reintroduced myself to it in high school, college, and 3 years ago, when I had a commute into New York City for my, at the time, corporate-ish job. Not really corporate, but whatever. So that is a little bit about me. If you are new, there you go. If you have any questions, there is an Ask Away thread in the Ravelry group under the Once Upon a Corgi Podcast Ravelry group tab page thing. All of the links will be below to the show notes, websites, Instagrams, all the things. I'm a little out of practice with this. It's been a while, so please bear with me. We have a couple of announcements to make. The Pumpkin Mal winners have been announced, and it's been a couple weeks. There's still, sorry, that was Iron. There's still one person, I believe, who has not contacted me about their prize that needs to get mailed out. So please get in touch with me. Opera Joe. The winners have been announced on Opera Joe's channel, Stitching the High Notes, so head on over there and check it out. I'm gonna put my tea down. I'm drinking Santa's Secret out of my Eeyore mug because I love it. Iron has brought you this tennis ball. I just wanted to apologize for the giant hiatus that was during and pre-Vlogmas. We did participate in Vlogmas this year, but before that, my laptop, which was old, 7 years old, died. So I had no way of editing anything. I do use my phone to record these at the moment. I'm hoping in the near future to get a camera to record them. I do have 2 DSLRs, but neither of them record video, just photo stuff. So I was using a PC for a while, but I could not, it was just a disaster. It was a mess. So we did not podcast, did not add that stress, but Santa was very kind to us this year, and we now have a new laptop to do work with. Can you stop biting on the bed, please? No, rude. So we are back. We are hoping to do a much better time of updating this. That all came out terribly wrong, and I apologize. But please bear with me as I say a lot of ums and awkward pauses and do weird things with my hands like that. All right, announcements. We're Pumpkin Mal. Iron's being a piranha on the bed right now. Are you good? Moving on to events. This weekend is Vogue Knitting Live in New York City. January 12th through the 14th. That is at the Marriott in Times Square, I want to say. I will not be going this year. I am going to get my wisdom teeth out tomorrow, which is Thursday. So I will be in recovery drug mode, basically. So we're not gonna go this year, but Once Upon a Corgi yarn will be in the Nitty City booth. So please stop by and check it out. And if you've never seen it in person, go give it a squish and let me know. Tag me in photos. I will live vicariously through Instagram if I remember. I should be okay by then, but. So that is that weekend. Again, Once Upon a Corgi Handmade will be in the Nitty City booth. They are hosting a couple indie dyers, and I'm so excited to be one of them. Also, if you head over to the Fuse Fiber Studio booth, she will be in booth 102, I believe. She has a couple postcards to give out to people because we are hosting a knit night pop-up shop at her studio in Avon, Connecticut in February, and that will have all the information for you, and I will be posting that across social media after Vogue happens. I don't want to bombard people. And I think that's it. I think that's it for announcements and events. So before we get into the nitty-gritty of things, let me show you what I'm wearing. I am wearing the Chuck pullover by Andy Satterland in my hand-dyed yarn. That's No Moon colorway. It is 100% Polworth non-superwash, but the base I carry now is 85% non-superwash Polworth, 15% silk on the Isaac DK. So there we go. It is a crap sweater in Cabley, and I'm wearing a Betty dress from Sew Over at London on the bottom. I am also wearing one of my FOs, so let's get right into our FOs. Ooh, what are my bangs doing? I didn't dry them properly, so they're going cray. This is the Land of Sweets cowl by Helen Stewart. It is part of her Knit Vent 2017 collection, and I knit it using an advent calendar my friend Lauren made for me because we traded this year for advent calendars. I messed up somewhere and I think I increased on the bottom, or I just got real loosey-goosey with my knitting. It is not blocked because I've been wearing it too much to blog it, but I will block it eventually, I swear. And there we go. I love this pattern. I totally intend to knit another one, maybe as a gift, because I don't need two of the same cowl, but I do want to knit this in like a lightly speckled or maybe a gradient yarn, and I feel like that would be a really good gift for somebody, because cowls are always good gifts, and I just really want to knit it again. Oh, I love it, and I love advent calendars. I do have a project page for this. I did it. I'm jumping on. I'm trying really hard to be organized this year, I swear. And I list all the colorways, but not the dyers. So if you are interested in anything, let me know. I could probably guess some of the dyers, but not totally sure. I feel super productive because when I recorded this last week, I had one FO. Now I have 3. Our second FO is a test knit I did for a friend. This is the Winter Brew hat, and she is releasing this pattern, I want to say in February. It'll be her first design launch for her design brand, and I'm super excited for her. So this is the Winter Brew hat. I knit this on Once Upon a Corgi hand-dyed yarns on the Cecil base, which is 100% superwash BFL Aran weight in the colorway Bone of My Bone. It's just this beautiful motif. So there's the yarn, and I love this pattern. I also love this hat. It's just a beautiful, simple pattern, but it keeps your interest, and it was a super quick knit, and also this hat design fits all of my hair. So I'm gonna do a little ta-da! I put a pom-pom on it because I thought it would do lovely. I love it so much. It's so soft. I love this base. I've knit a sweater out of it. So this is the first hat I've knit out of the base. And it's just so warm and squishy, and I'm just in love. I love this. It has been blocked. I blocked it on a small dessert plate. Now my hair is a disaster. And I have to photograph this still, so it's not finished. It's just finished. But there we go. I'm very excited for her to get her designing. Ooh, and a boot into the world. She's got some great stuff coming up. And I will link to her design Instagram as well, so you can also follow along in the fun. Our third FO is technically only 99% finished because I still have to do a couple things, but we finished our first garment for 2018, and that is the Betty dress by Sew Over at London. It is in cotton and steel double gauze in this dark burgundy purple with stars everywhere, and I just have to hem it. I've serged the ends, and I do a blind hem, which I have on right now. I like to do the blind hem for my dresses, and I did not have time to do that last night because I wanted to wear it to our knitting group holiday party. So here is, see if I can do this without flashing you. There we go. So this is the blind hem. You do have a little bit of stitches showing, but you don't get the line of like hard stitches across the bottom. I just feel like it wears better for my taste, and I do like the look of it a lot better than a line across the bottom. So I'm going to do that today, and I'm going to reposition the zipper a little bit. I am finding that there's a small gap. It sort of bows out like this against my back. I don't know if it's my posture or if there's just too much fabric there. So I'm going to bring in the top a little bit with the zipper. Just sort of move the zippers. Yeah, just bring it in a little bit with the zipper, and then when I serge the edges against the zipper tape, I will cut off the excess just to bring that in a little bit. So it's not terribly noticeable, and it's not like it's causing anything to happen, but I would just like it to be that much better. It is the second time I've made the Betty dress. This version I'm wearing right now is sleeveless, and it does have that gapping problem, which causes the shoulders to fall off sometimes. So I'm hoping that helps. I haven't found that the shoulders have been falling off, but I've only worn it once. I also did the V-neck version of this because I saw Becky from Soprano Knits version. She did this sleeveless V-neck and I loved it. So I've successfully done sleeves that I can move in, and I did the V-neck. It's got the V-neck in the front, and all their patterns have the V-neck in the back. It is not lined. I haven't worn it with wool tights yet, so we'll see how staticky it is. And of course, it has pockets. Ta-da! So those are my 3 finished objects. I am very excited. That is 1 sewing project off of my Make 9 2018, which is really Make 18 because I couldn't stop. All right, we're going to move on to whips, which I'm not going to show you everything I've been working on because I have not touched a lot of stuff. During Vlogmas, I really only knit on this. There was a lot of trunk shows and trade shows I was doing in December. So I'm going to show you what I've been working on the most in the past month or so. This is a new cast on. Haven't even shown you even before I stopped podcasting, and it is living in my Matter Root bag that I got at the New England Fiber Festival this year. Thank you, laptop. Boop. And it is the Zion sweater. I hope I'm saying that right. I even brought the pattern over to show you. It is from Dressed in Knits, designing 19 designs for creating a custom knitwear collection by Alex Capshaw Taylor, and it is this one. Ta-da! On the cover. I also really enjoy this book. I got it on Amazon, used for $10. Originally it was like $25, so you can definitely find this somewhere. And there are at least 5, if not more, patterns that I definitely intend on knitting out of this. So I think that's a pretty good deal. And I am knitting this out of Two Guys Yarn Company and Wool and Vine Yarns. I have finished part of the front. So it calls for a DK weight for the body and then a fingering weight for the lace top. I apparently blacked out during the Stitches Midwest and bought fingering weight instead of DK weight. And I remember holding DK weight in my hand in the booth and holding the Wool and Vine skein next to it and saying it matched. But now I have fingering weight yarn in my stash, so I don't know what happened. But I have the stockinette section of the front done. Because it is fingering weight and I'm holding it double, I'm going to knit, what are you doing, you weirdo? Knit the main stockinette sections for the back and the front, and then assess if I need to get another skein for the sleeves. Hopefully not. Finger everything crossed, but we will see. So I have cast on the back, but it's still just a little noodle of ribbing. And the Wool and Vine that's going with it is Fig Bash from her Gashly Crumb Yarn Club from a couple of years ago, and I'm so excited. It is a merino single, but the yoke I feel like is not a very high friction area, so I think it should be okay. And this is an MCN blend from Two Guys Yarn Co. in the guacamole colorway. So that has been the majority of my sweater knitting. This is not one of the garments I put in my Make 9 for 2018 because I already cast it on, so it was already in the works. Yeah, and I'm knitting on my Knit Pro Zings. These guys are just hanging out on an extra cord, so I can just pick it up when I'm ready to do the lace sections. I had like crazy eyes for a second. I'm so sorry. Iron has brought you another tennis ball. Alright, please excuse the crazy that's going on with my hair. I trimmed my bangs myself, so I'm still finding weird sections that I've somehow missed. The other thing I've been working on is Jake's socks. I'm not doing a box of socks for him, but my goal is to do 6 pairs of socks because he does love them and he wears them and he's going to start wearing through his socks. He doesn't have that many. So I cast on the assistant to the, oops, my needle stabbed my knitting hard. There's needles everywhere. Assistant to the regional manager by Knit, Eat, Sleep, Knit, Dye, Sleep. I'll try to put it down here. And it is a self-striping colorway inspired by Dwight Schrute. I am about halfway done with the heel flap, and that is in the Beats colorway. I wish I had the tag with me still so I could read off what they were. She's got it on the website what each stripe is named, and I love them all dearly. So this is sock number 1. I'm knitting this on 1.5, 2.5 millimeter Haya Sharp interchangeables. And they're going by much faster than I anticipated. I'm afraid the leg's a little too small, but I'm also scared I'm gonna run out of yarn. So I'd rather have him have relatively short socks rather than a weird sock that has like half the foot be in a different yarn completely. So we're working on that. This has been our hanging out with friends, going out to dinner, kind of knitting. I am hoping to get through the heel today. Hopefully. Dogs are giving me like bedroom eyes hard. Come cuddle, Mom. Do it. Hopefully today, or get it to picking up the gussets so I have something relatively brainless to knit on, because I'm gonna need that. We'll see what happens tomorrow. And that is living in the cloud bag that Becky made me from stringing it together, and I love it. The next thing I have been working on, I can't really show you, but I was so excited I didn't want to wait to tell you. It doesn't really matter because all of this is getting scrapped. So I dyed up a new colorway a couple weeks ago and it just stole my heart, so I really wanted to design socks in it. So I started that and I've scratched that completely. Design's totally new and I have to re-swatch, but I fell in love with the yarn so bad. And this is the Let's Just Run Away colorway on my iron base, which is the tweed. Oh, and I love it. It's just delicate and warm and speckly, and I love it so much. So this is all going to get ripped out and rewashed because I have come up with a completely new design idea. It makes me a little sad, but I'm really excited for it. I'm so excited. So I'm hoping, I'm not putting a timeline on the design. I did just rechart it, and so I'm going to swatch for it probably today. I have a lot of knitting to do. Weird. And that is living in my Corgi Stitching Plaza bag. So that is really what I've been working on. I knit the hat, I knit the cowl, I put like a row in my surprise party shawl, I put like 2 rows in Jake's sweater. We're trying to get back on like a schedule, like Mondays is for garments, Tuesdays is for shawls, Wednesdays is for socks, Thursdays are a free-for-all. I didn't mean to rhyme, I swear. Checking my show notes. And that's really it for now. Let me go grab the shop update stuff and then we'll do shop update and whatever else I remember to talk about. Alright, that was it for all the knitting and crafting bit of the podcast. If you are just here for that, thank you so much for watching. Now we're going to do shop update, which is my hand-dyed yarn, Once Upon a Corgi. You can find everything at onceuponacorgi.com. We will not be having a shop update this week because I will be in surgery tomorrow morning. We're just not going to happen this week. But everything that is in the shop, there's plenty of, and we will have stuff at Vogue Knitting Live. So, fear not, there are places to find us. I will show you what went into the shop last week, and a little bit of what is going to Vogue. Everything that was at our trunk show in December will be there, and a couple other things. So, the release of the Edgar Allan Poe Yarn Club happened last week, and that was a 3-month club. I did August, September, October, all inspired by short stories and poems by Edgar Allan Poe. So our first one was Tomorrow I Shall Be Fetterless, inspired by the Imp of Perverse. and these are all on Ginger, Oliver, Penny, Isaac, and Marie Cutie. The second one was Insufferably Damp, inspired by the Cask of Amontillado. And the third one was Ghoul Haunted Woodlands of Ware, which is inspired by Olmalum? I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. So those are all up, and some of them will be at Vogue. The other thing that went into the shop last week was 2 one-of-a-kind skeins called Super Subtle Patronus. And this was sort of a soak up the extra dye pot kind of skeins. And funnily enough, it sort of matches my new Harry Potter bedspread, which is super Harry Potter themed, but not if you don't look at it too closely. So it's a super subtle Harry Potter. Oh, also, this is Let's Just Run Away on Oliver. So there's this in the shop. Going into next week's update / also to Vogue, we have a couple skeins. We will have libraries going up in the shop next week. I just wanted to show you what I dyed. I don't know. It's my podcast. I can do what I want. So we dyed up libraries yesterday on Ginger and Tesla. Tesla is back for a little bit, which is a superwash BFL silk cashmere. We will have, going to Vogue, My Dear Abigail on Tesla and Ginger. And we will have some No Sleep Till Rhinebeck going to Vogue on Ginger and Tesla. I'm going to dye up more of these guys for the update next week, as well as some more colorways. So I'm hoping to do like a 1.5 update for next week. So that's it for shop update. Again, our yarn will be at Vogue. I just can't believe it. We don't have our own booth, but still, just blows my mind that we made it that far. And there's plenty of yarn still in the shop for you to peruse through. We've updated our calendar on the website, so everything is up to date. The Vogue, February 10th, Knit Night. I don't know if I've announced it yet, but I'm vending at SSK this year. Did I say that already? Did I do that? I don't remember. But we're vending at SSK this year. So in July, we will be in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm so excited. I can't wait. I'm so excited. We do have a newsletter that comes out every week. So if you do want to know what's going to be out in the updates and or events that are coming up, you can sign up for that on our website. I think it's just life stuff from here on out. Oh, I want a nap. Life things. Since I haven't seen you since Vlogmas, we did Christmas and New Year's. We went to a party at Jake's friend's house for New Year's Eve, and it was a lot of fun. Always had a blast at all of those. So we did that and stayed over another friend's house for the night and had a lovely brunch on New Year's Day. That was the perfect way to ring in the new year. And it's just been a lot of working, a lot of getting everything set up for the year, getting everything situated, and we are super happy to announce that so many announcements. We have joined the bullet journal train. I kind of sneak peek this on Instagram, but my bullet journal is a Hufflepuff notebook because I'm a nerd and I have a lot of Hufflepuff notebooks and I don't know what to put in them. So we have started our bullet journal. It is quite BB, but we love it nonetheless. We've got our cleaning page going. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. A bills section, knitting and sewing goals that we are slowly filling in, doing yarn spending to hopefully curb some of that impulse yarn buying, work goals, not so much goals as work ideas for yarns, and we have discovered we hate creating weekly layouts. So if there's a way I can avoid that while still having a bullet journal, please let me know. I get all my ideas off Pinterest and Instagram, but I don't know. We'll see. Jake's mom did get us a planner for Christmas, so I figure if I completely forget about it, I don't know. If I fall behind, at least I have another planner. I like it. I'm liking it so far. I like the idea of creating the pages that I want, and I got all of the pens and markers I got stencils, all of them on Amazon, and I'll put links to those in the show notes too if I remember. So that's really been our life, is trying to keep up with the bullet journal, which I don't know if I'm using it right, so it doesn't feel like it's been a whole big change from a regular planner, minus the fact I have to write my own weekly layouts, working a lot, trying to plan the new year, and just snuggling pups. all day. That's really been it. I brought you back to the crafting corner. I've cleaned it up a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can make this the regular spot. I tried to do it in front of the store stash, but it was such a tiny window, it just looked really awkward. So now we have our yarn and our sewing everywhere. And this, somebody asked, is the Singer Heritage machine. It came out for their 75th year anniversary business, and it is a quilting machine. It's got the extra long arm and base with extra room in here, mostly because of SEA gowns. That's a lot of fabric I'm trying to scrunch into one spot while I'm pleating stuff. So it was fairly inexpensive for a computer quilting machine. I will say that. And I did buy it at Walmart, so that helped too. And next to it is the Singer Pro Finish Serger that a lovely lady in my knit group is letting me house because she doesn't use it. It lives here until she needs it back. And my personal stash. All of these are the projects I'm going to work on this year. Socks, sweater quantities, there's a shawl quantity in here somewhere, just stuff I want to knit. So I pulled out everything I know I'm going to knit this year and put it up there. I'm very excited. And this guy is Jake's Jar O socks. So these are all the skeins that will become Jake socks. And I think that's it for this week. It was lovely to be back. Hopefully I will be less awkward next time. And be more, what is word? Not productive. Timely? No. Consistent. Maybe next time, maybe this year, I'll be more consistent. So hopefully I will see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. Happy crafting and have a good time. Bye.